If a video is published on YouTube and nobody watches it, did it even exist? So in this video, I want to cover my distribution flywheel that I've built for myself and see if there's something you maybe can learn from it. I'm ultimately trying to generate more views and subscribers for my YouTube channel, but I don't have a massive following on YouTube yet. So what I'm trying to do is the networks that I do have really good traction already, which would be LinkedIn, Twitter, I've got a bit of an email list as well. And so I'm trying to use those platforms to try and generate a bit of a bigger following here on YouTube and ultimately, grow that flywheel so it becomes easier and easier in the months and potentially years down the line to get more people to see my videos. So let's get into it. So what I start with is publishing the YouTube video. But what I also do is when I create and edit the video is I create a 1-minute snippet or anything that's less than a minute that I can use natively on the likes of Twitter, LinkedIn, and Facebook. So instead of just pasting the YouTube link on these various platforms, which if you think about it, you're driving someone off Facebook or off LinkedIn to YouTube, which they don't want you to do that. LinkedIn and Twitter and Facebook want you to stay on their platform as long as you possibly can. So you're putting links or a YouTube video where they go off platform, it's probably not great for the algorithm. So creating a native video or a 1-minute clip or 30-second clip that you can use and then direct someone to a YouTube video, I think is a great way to get a decent amount of views of that clip and ultimately get people to see the full video on your YouTube channel. So what I've done is I start off with a YouTube video and I start off with a 30-second clip. I then start on, let's say I publish on a Monday. So the first thing I will do is publish it onto LinkedIn. I'll take that 30-second to 1-minute snippet. I'll put that onto LinkedIn and I'll have a little write-up about the video. And in the comments of my LinkedIn post, I'll say, hey, here's a link to the YouTube video. LinkedIn doesn't use that comment against you in terms of their algorithm of getting your content seen by the people that follow you or connect with you. So that's a great way to actually include links. Don't include them in your post, but include them in the very first comment. So I do that on the Monday. What I then do is on a Tuesday, for example, I will then go to Twitter and do a very similar post there. However, I might change it up and not just do a simple post and so here's a 30-second clip and then link to this YouTube video. I'll break it up into a Twitter thread. So I'll use the 7 or 8 points of my video that I'm trying to make, break that up into multiple tweets, and at the end hey, if you want to see this as a video, come check it out on YouTube. So that's a great way to create the type of content that works on certain platforms. The one that I've struggled with the most, and probably because I haven't posted there a lot, is Facebook. So I've got a Facebook page. I've posted there in the past, but I think we all realized it's a pay-to-play platform by now. Even the likes of Nike and big brands like that are not even posting native content anymore. Every piece of content they put up, they're having to put marketing budget behind and spend on Facebook ads just to get reach, just to get some sort of a social reach to the people that actually follow them already. So I'm struggling with that platform, but I'm still using a native piece of video content there and saying, hey, come watch the video, full video on YouTube, but the views aren't coming there. So we'll see how that goes in time. I'm also obviously using Instagram stories and Instagram reels. I've had some good success so far with Instagram reels. The very first reel that I ever posted did close to 2,000 views. It's definitely something, and if you look at how Instagram is changing, they even recently have come out and said they're no longer a square photo sharing app. And video, with the likes of how quickly and how massive TikTok is, they're realizing video is that thing. And so you can see by their front and center how reels and videos are being pushed more into your feed and into the explore page more and more. So I think that's why, as a start, my video did pretty well. It's the first reel I've ever put up. It did close to 2,000 views, and I think that's pretty great. So I'm going to be carrying on using that. Obviously posting to my Instagram stories as well, but mostly I'm only getting the people that obviously follow me there, whereas Reels seems to be opened up to a lot more broader audience on Instagram. Then let's talk about newsletter. So I've got a small newsletter list that I've sort of grown over the last couple of years, and I learned a great trick from Brian Dean from Backlinko. So whenever he publishes a piece of content on his blog, I definitely recommend go checking out his blog. Some great content, marketing and SEO type content there. But what he does is a very simple formula for every time he publishes a piece of content. Keeps it clean. It's not a newsletter with a whole bunch of links in it. It's very specific. It's like, hi there, I've just released this new piece of content. Here's 3 bullet points of what you can get out of it. here's the link again, reply and let me know if you've got any feedback. That's the formula. Keeps it plain text, no images, just a singular sort of call to action at the bottom of this and probably 1 or 2 links, and all 3 links go to the same thing. And publishes that every single time he puts out a blog post. And so I've started doing that with my newsletter, just publishing a piece of content, singular focus with a singular CTA. I do put the video image in the newsletter to obviously get someone to maybe increase my engagement and get people to click through. But I found that's a good starting point for that as well. So and what I then do is space this out. So Monday I'll do LinkedIn, Tuesday I'll do Twitter, Wednesday I will do Facebook, Thursday Instagram, Friday I'm getting onto TikTok, so trying that out too. And then maybe the following Monday will be the newsletter. So I'm trying to stretch my flywheel to not just be in like a 2-hour or a single day period where you see my same piece of content across all the networks that you potentially follow me on, and because you're online at that time. I'm spreading it out over multiple days. And I've seen this work because after a couple of days after publishing my YouTube video, I sent out a tweet. I had people commenting going, "Oh, Jason, it's a great video." And I was like, I know you follow me on LinkedIn and you're also on my newsletter list, but you're seeing it on Twitter for the first time. So I found that very interesting to realize not everyone, even though they might follow you on every one of the social networks, that they might even see it just based on that social network's algorithm or the time of day or them not opening their email or your email obviously going to spam, a whole bunch of other reasons. And lastly, what I also do is every time I do post on one of these social channels, I let my team know. On Slack, we've got a channel there. Whenever someone's posting out content for themselves or for the company, we go and just share it in there and say, hey, I've tweeted this, or I've published a new YouTube video or a LinkedIn post. You're not obliged to like it or share it or anything like that. But often that starts some of the likes and the shares that then, starts that flywheel that happens directly on those social networks like LinkedIn or Twitter. And so that extra little boost that you're giving it right at the beginning definitely helps. And if you can get that from your team who should like you already and maybe want to support your content, even if it's for your business or personal, it's great. So we use that channel quite extensively and it's definitely worked out for me. So shout out to the SiteGate team. Thanks for liking my stuff. Lastly, I've got this entire playbook as a Notion board that I'm happy to share with you. The link's in the description of this video. There you can go download it, make a copy of it. I've got a checklist of exactly the social networks that I'm using, how I'm publishing that content, some tips on how to even publish it and what types of content work best for each network, and a calendar of how I spread out my one video across 7 to 10 days. So I'm trying to get the most bang for my buck because it's not that easy creating these YouTube videos. So I'm trying to squeeze out as much as I can from this one video. So I hope this is helpful. Hope you enjoyed it. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.